Hello, hello. How are we doing? I hope you're well. My name is Demi. If you're new here, so we're going to hop right into it. This is going to be collective messages for you guys. So all day today, I've been seeing like animal spirits and everything everywhere I go. But basically, I was being shown a lion, and then it would morph into Simba from the Lion King, and then back into the lion, and then into Simba again. And they were putting a scene in my mind from the Lion King from the cartoon, and it's when his father, Mufasa's ghost or spirit, is within the sky and is talking to him. But first, he is led there to have that spiritual experience by the monkey. So that is his spirit animal, that is like his familiar that is guiding him along his path. And this monkey as well, they want me to remind you, he holds a staff, because the staff keeps coming through in a lot of my readings, and this is connected to your ancestors, reminding you guys of who you are, of connecting to your blood, to your roots, and to Mother Earth. But that scene was coming through is very, very significant, so I'm going to leave it in the description for you guys to watch. But what was coming through firstly with that scene is when he's talking to the monkey, and the monkey is talking, it's about the father in like the present like tense, and he's like, I hate to be the one to say this to you, but my father is dead. And the monkey's like, nope, you're wrong again. Because obviously when it comes to the ancestors, we are them and they are us, and they're very much alive. They're just in a different realm, a different reality where we can't see them, but they are right here. They watch us and they guide us. They love us from the other side. They are right here. Spirit, I'm wanting you guys to have that reminder, because things right now are very heavy, and there's a lot of people around the world who are not okay. And your ancestors are wanting you to tap into that ancestral power. So we're going to get some messages from the spirit animal deck at first. And then there's also, within that scene, his father says to him, you have forgotten who you are because you have forgotten me. You have forgotten who you are because you have forgotten me, or something like that. So there's a remembrance going on when it comes to your blood and the ancestry that you guys come from. So do pay attention to your dreams, particularly when you're being visited by passed over loved ones and by ancestors who have like tribal markings within their face. They also could well be carrying a staff, because that keeps coming through. What we have here, the giraffe, the bigger picture. Take a step back and gather your thoughts and feelings. Exactly that. You're being asked to see from a higher perspective. And like with the Lion King, obviously it's set like within the desert, within the safari kind of scene. So this is coming through is very, very significant. I would advise to watch the movie, particularly the cartoon, but watch that scene. You guys could be seeing giraffes everywhere, because there are spirit animals that are really wanting to connect with you guys right now. We're all going to be at different points within our journey, and there's going to be different animals that will resonate and connect with your soul's blueprint, but also with who you are being asked to be as a human being in this lifetime, who you're being asked to rise up into. Because spirit right now, they're asking us to rise. Your ancestors are asking you to do them proud, and for a lot of you, you are, but you're just like, you're not quite across the finish line right now. You know this. There's a bit more work to be done. I'm being shown a trumpet, so you guys could be seeing a trumpet everywhere. That's also connected to Archangel Michael, but it's like trumpet and sounds that are coming from the spirit world. So that's connected to your clear audience, but you're going to be hearing that call from your ancestors, hearing that call from Mother Earth, that now you need to take action and move. Because where I was seeing the staff, that's connected to masculine energy, that's connected to the phallus, so that's taking that aligned action. So what are your ancestors asking you to do for the bloodline? What are they asking you to finish? Because they would have started this out. They're asking you to close out a cycle when you're the key. You're the one who has this written within them, written within your DNA and your soul's blueprint to be able to do this, to close out this cycle completely. What is it? We have here llama, soul growth. Growth is never easy. Have faith and trust in the journey. You could be seeing animals that have very, very long necks. You see with the giraffe here and then the llama here, they have long necks. But also animals that can survive in a hot climate and like a safari type climate and a desert climate is what is coming through. Maybe you guys have connections to these kinds of countries with these climates within your bloodline, regardless of whether you were born or not, born there or not. So there's this energy connected to the land that your ancestors came from, where they mastered their gifts and their heritage and their lineage that you are being called back to. So a lot of you guys are being called to move, to literally physically get up and move. And it's going to be like a strong pull and urge in a lot of you. For others of you, it's just going to be like a little nudge, and then you're going to get a plan and strategy in place to work towards it. But for a lot of you, you're being asked, like as if you go to bed one night, you wake up, you have this dream, you're like, right. And you could literally move within the next 3 months after that, because it's so, so urgent. And for a lot of you, this could be for your safety, but it's more because your ancestors' roots are connected to that land. So that land has your blessings. It's like that land, that country, it holds your blessings, it holds your destiny, because of the coding within the ley lines. Certain things within you need to be activated and can only be activated when you step on these lands. What else, Spirit? Some of you may be getting freaked out by the fact that you're remembering who you are and how much power you actually do hold. Spirit is saying that's very, very natural, particularly when your psychic abilities are coming on board more. Because human beings, we've forgotten who we are. And we've forgotten like the supernatural was actually very, very natural. We have here field mouse success. Believe in yourself and dare to dream big. Yet your ancestors want you to claim your harvest. They want this harvest coming in for you. Your spiritual flowers, your destiny. And it can't do that if you're just sitting around on your ass. It can't do that if you're scared to delve deep within yourself. And if you're scared to honour and pay homage and respect to your ancestors, the ones that came before you. That's what you're being asked to do right now. Some of you guys could live near a graveyard. Something about a graveyard that's coming through is significant. Maybe you spend a lot of time in graveyards. So some of you guys could practice like certain spiritual work. And you could use like graveyard dirt. Like that's what I'm being shown. Others of you, maybe you visit a grave a lot because that's where certain passed over loved ones are buried. And you like to like leave them things. Not just flowers. I'm being shown like food. Like you're giving them offerings. But it's like you go to an actual graveyard. You go to a grave. This grave could also be on like family lands. We have here butterfly emerging. Take the leap of faith. This is what your ancestors want you to do. Spread your wings, fly free. And to do that, a lot of you need to move from where you're currently residing. And you know this. I'm not talking to someone where this is just coming out of the blue. You've been feeling this. Like where you're at is not home. You've been feeling like this isn't home and you do need to move. A lot of you would have already been putting a strategy and a plan in place. Maybe some of you guys are just working hard and you're saving up your money to be able to move. You could well be seeing butterflies everywhere, but your wings are expanding. We have ethereal wings. Your wings are expanding. They're gaining new beautiful colours. So you could be seeing like flashes of different colours at the corner of your eye. That's you literally seeing your aura. Sometimes you will see flashes of light and sometimes you'll see orbs because this is spirits and energies that are around you. But you're going to be catching glimpses of your actual aura. We have wolf, heart medicine. Let go of that which does not serve your highest good. You're being stripped away. You're being stripped bare. So you're literally naked. And then when you're stripped naked, you have no choice but to be connected to your intuition, right? To be connected to yourself and to your ancestors. Because they're coming through very, very strongly right now. Some of them may have had to have knocked something over within your home to get your attention. Because it's like you're distracted. You could have had your head in something. Maybe you had your head in like worries and stresses that you've got going on within your life. You could have had your head in a book and something you were watching on TV. You weren't paying attention in that moment and they were trying to talk to you. Because I'm hearing like whispers in the wind. They were trying to talk to you so they could have knocked something over in your house to get your attention. And some of you guys could have thought it was like demonic or got a bit spooked. But you would have felt within your heart that no, this is a loving energy. This is an ancestor. This is a passed over loved one. But it's still, it can spook you when stuff like that happens, when you have certain spiritual experiences. You always want to be reaffirming that your space, your environment is an extension of you and you have sovereignty over it. And only spirits who are closest to the sun, to the Most High God, are allowed around you. They're saying to listen with that, to listen to your intuition and to your instinct, because this is also how your ancestors move through you. They're going to move through your intuition. They're not going to lead you astray. They want you to finish. They want you to cross this finish line. They chose you to be the key, right? Dolphin, Atlantis, healing wisdom is surfacing. Stop and listen. Yeah. They want you to listen and listen clearly. Because there's a lot of ancestors that are surrounding you right now. So some of you could be feeling quite overwhelmed and maybe they're literally bombarding you within your dreams. It's because you're at a very, very significant point. You're about to cross the threshold. They're saying you're about to cross the threshold. You're about to go through this gate. So you could be having remembrance of your past lives that are connected to Atlantis. There's also magical abilities within you that are wanting to rise. You're a gatekeeper of your bloodline. If you're here doing this work in this time, your ancestors have chosen you as a gatekeeper for their bloodline to close out a very heavy cycle. They understand that it's a lot, but if you remember at a soul level who you are, you realise that it isn't a lot at all. You realise that what's going on in this world right now, it's all a game. We have here, let it go. Release the past, forgive, soften, move forward. And where they're saying it's a game, they were showing me a chessboard of what's going on right now. They're talking about the world stage. They're not talking about the earthly realm as being a game, but they're talking about the world stage and what's going on right now and certain agendas that certain groups of people have in this world who are trying to control or remain having control over the collective. But they're showing me a chessboard and they're moving, like different pieces are being moved around. But it's like you have forgotten that you're the king. You have forgotten that you're the queen. You have forgotten that you are literally the entire chessboard, they are saying. So you know what moves certain people in this world are about to be making next, because it's written within you. It's held within your DNA. You know you have the coding. They're wanting you to let something go. For a lot of you, this is like where you are living. But for others of you, this could be patterns that you're still holding on to. A lot of you guys could need to have a huge cleansing, a huge release. So some of you may need to cry. And they're saying let it go. It's just about letting your emotions go, letting loose and letting the stream just run. You need to cry for a lot of you. This is what you're afraid of, because you know you're not going to be able to stop. You know it's going to be like this. But you will stop and it will be a huge weight lifted. You'll feel better after. The waterfall, inner power, unbridled confidence, claiming your place. Exactly. Look at this. It's like when you're crying, you realise that why have I held this in for this long? Some of you guys could be the opposite. You could just cry all the time, but you're needing to do that. Your body wants to do that. That's like how your body is speaking to you right now, because it is a huge release and that's how you cleanse. It's how you work through a lot of energetic baggage as well. It's very, very powerful to shred tears, Spirit is saying. Particularly in grief, particularly when you're crying over losing a passed over loved one. We don't lose them, they just move to the other side. They're out of your view. Unless you awaken your third eye and your clairvoyance, then you will see them when you need to see them, and you'll receive messages from them loud and clear. What else, Spirit? They want to look at the bottom of this deck. The sweet waters, sensuality, romance, enjoyment, fertility, balance. Yeah, they're trying to lead you to your destiny. You're very, very close, but you haven't quite crossed the threshold, so don't give up. That's when people give up, when you're very, very close. You're about to be very fertile with new ideas when you do enter this new gateway. But these ideas as well, some of them are going to be new, that are connected to this new paradigm humanity is moving into with this split that is going on. But for others of you, these aren't going to be new at all. They're connected to Atlantis, these ideas. Rose energy, I feel, is around you as well. You guys could be feeling Mother Mary type energy around you very, very strongly. Maybe a passed over loved one, a certain ancestor holds that energy. But I'm also getting like a familiar spirit and a guide, like that monkey from the Lion King that's coming through very, very strongly. We have boundaries, set them daily. Look, you are the key and you're about to be crossing this threshold towards the sun, towards your destiny. Make sure you're keeping your boundaries intact with people around you, but also in the spirit. People forget about having those boundaries in the spirit, because you don't just want any spirits coming towards you, trying to communicate with you, which is why you want to claim sovereignty over yourself, over your soul, and over wherever you are, your room, your environment, because that's an extension of you. You're almost there. You see the key? It's almost going through this gateway here. You're almost there, very, very close. Some of you don't realize how close you are. We have leadership, answer the call. Your ancestors are really trying to speak to you guys. They're leading you to your sacred flame. And that's where your purpose lies. There's that coding within this flame I'm being shown that is wanting to activate within you. But you just need to remember that you have the key to unlock this coding within you. And don't be afraid. Some of you guys could have had past lives where you were murdered for what you knew, for your knowledge, for being ahead of the time. So you could be afraid to step out here and share your story, share things that you are seeing with your psychic eyes, with your spiritual eyes. You could be afraid because of that past life. So maybe some of you guys need to do meditation or journeying yourself, like shamanic journeying, and heal and release that past life that is holding you back. For others of you, you may need to go to someone else who is a professional at past life recall or a shamanic healer. You could be noticing you're seeing keys everywhere. Maybe you're dreaming of keys. You could be having dreams that you're like reaching for a key. But it's your ancestors who are leading you up these stairs to heaven. This one here says, new dawn, welcome back. Look at that. When you cross that threshold, look at that. You walk straight into the sun, the Most High God's kingdom, your destiny, but heaven on earth. You were at a completion. You were chosen to come here by your ancestors to do this. So you have the coding. It's within your DNA and it's also within your soul's blueprint. You're almost there. Let's get a poem to close out this message. Thank you. We have here, an upside down heart reveals a fresh new start. The pain will fade away, but the stitches are here to stay. Don't worry about your scars. They're a reminder that you've come so far. Strength, character, and lessons abound. A broken heart is a thing of the past. Cornucopia is on the horizon. Show gratitude and watch it last. So that is what's coming in for you guys. Let me read the last 2 lines again. Cornucopia is on the horizon. Show gratitude and watch it last. So you've gone through those trials and tribulations. You've gone through those ego deaths, those spiritual awakens. You've gone through all of those crap. Some of you guys can still feel like you're in the midst of it. You're in the middle of that tornado. But you're about to be like pushed out of it by your ancestors, by an otherworldly force. You guys are going to feel it. That you're being pushed, or you're being led up these stairs by your ancestors. You're going to feel it. Because they're putting a memory within my head where I was literally crossing a road when I was going back home. I was crossing this main road. There was no cars coming, and there was no cars coming that way. So I was like, oh, okay. And I walked out, and then all of a sudden I turned around. There's a car that's like right there. And I was like, shit. Because I didn't have enough time to get across the road. I kid you not. I felt it's like the wind pushed me, and all of a sudden I was on the pavement, and I kind of looked back, and the person in the car was looking like, what? I swear she was like closer. I was like, what the hell? So it was like spiritual experience, but that was my ancestor, because I felt my grandmother Azelma around me very, very strongly when that happened. Let's get one more poem. Thanking you. We have here the pillars and the glue. Everything smells brand new. Spirit reminds me that they said my bounty was due. You just gotta want it for you. Selflessness is a beautiful trait, but not when it keeps you in a low energetic state. Your season of giving is done. You come second to none. Main character energy from here on out. You might get some haters in the audience pout, but you're spiritually protected without a doubt. Now in the fast lane, this journey will never be in vain. A vibrational match to a fisherman's best catch. Reel 'em in, you're in for a win. Your wins want to be coming in for you. And where it says here, now in the fast lane, there's something about you guys actually being pushed. So this is your ancestors, your spiritual court, that are pushing you into this fast lane. By fast lane, they mean a higher vibration. And that is testament to who you are when it comes to your heart and the work you have been doing, not only on yourself, but on your bloodline, and who you are to other people. Like when other people need you, you will extend your hand. Even if you aren't feeling great or not in a great place. Because you know right now it's a lot, and everybody is, there's a lot, not everybody, but there's a lot of people who are hurting. There's a lot of people who are confused, who are lost, and like, what the hell is going on? But that's all the messages coming through. I hope that did resonate with somebody out there. That reminded me again. I'll leave it in the description, but watch that scene from The Lion King. But I'll see you in another video.